Kumbaya, my friends, kumbaya. Listen, this chapter fucking rips, all right? This was great. I don't know if I understand everything that's happening here, but maybe you guys can help me in the comments. There's some things I'm confused on, some things I'm taking educated guesses on, and some things that I just think are cool. All right, so in the last chapter, we had all of these returning characters of the hybrids, Quan Chi, Katana Man, like all these guys, public safety, coming into the Chainsaw Man Church and just wrecking shop extremely efficiently, quickly, you know, capturing people, making sure they don't kill the humans, killing off the devils that was inside. Like, all of these characters just kind of coming in, doing things as perfectly and professionally as possible. And that's kind of one of the things I loved about it, is just showing that public safety is like, they're on top of this shit. Whether or not you agree with whatever they're doing and their plans, you know, I'm still not 100% sure, but, you know, with Yoshida and what he's planning and whatnot. But regardless, they know what they're doing, and they have a lot of powerful characters on their team. And so I really like how they were just able to come in, get the job done. And in the beginning of this chapter, they basically say, like, yeah, like everything's like taken care of and apprehended, basically. But I think that that's what's leading into what is going to happen next, which I think is going to be absolutely crazy. I want to try to go in order here. I have the chapter pulled up to the side. I want to try to go in order, but there's a couple of things that may seem confusing. The one is that one of the public safety guys says, I was hoping that Asa would do us a favor and turn Chainsaw Man into a weapon. So he says that, and like the first thing I thought is probably the first thing a lot of people thought. It's like, wait, public safety wanted Asa to turn Chainsaw Man into a weapon? I don't think so. I think that that's just this guy saying it, because if that did happen, they would have to take care of Chainsaw Man right away, do away with him, and potentially not have to deal with what is coming next. Because Yoshida was very adamant, very specific about not wanting Chainsaw Man to turn into Chainsaw Man, not wanting Denji to turn into Chainsaw Man, stay away from Asa, whatever. So basically they were trying to stop this from happening. They didn't want this to happen. They didn't want Chainsaw Man to be turned into a weapon because they want him for some other purpose. I've always theorized that, you know, ever since the aquarium incident, that he was talking about maybe having, you know, him fully transform and consume death, therefore removing that from the world when the Death Devil shows up. I don't know. There's just one random crazy theory out of many. But I think that this guy is saying like that might be more trouble than it's worth. It's not necessarily like he's disobeying, you know, the public safety. It's not like he's saying that that's what they wanted. I think he's just saying that if that happened, we wouldn't have to deal with all of this potential chaos that is going to come in the future. We could have just killed him, killed Asa, got rid of this, and, you know, got rid of everything in one fell swoop. That's what I'm assuming it means. I could be absolutely wrong. I could be incredibly wrong, but that's just kind of like the vibe I got from it. The other thing that's weird is these other two guys inspecting the corpse of that giant like centipede-like creature, and saying that this is the Justice Devil, and that what the Chainsaw Man Church and what other people have been viewing or making deals with the Justice Devil has not actually been the Justice Devil. So the Justice Devil has been this kind of recurring antagonist ever since part 2 started. It was the first thing that Asa fought. You know, it infected Asa's friend. We saw like the fake Chainsaw Man kind of shadow show up. So it's been very, very prevalent throughout this entire storyline. So there is something important or specific to do with the Justice Devil that is going to be, you know, carried out even further into whatever climactic events this is leading towards, I think. But this reveal of the fact that it was lying this entire time, and it was not the Justice Devil, but they don't know what it is. At least it doesn't seem so. They're like, this is the Justice Devil. Any chances as to fairness or equality devil? They basically say, in this case, looking like the devil they made contracts with was never the Justice Devil. So this reoccurring creature that we've seen over and over has been lying the entire time. Could it be the deceitful devil? I don't know. The imitation devil? I don't know. I don't know what it could be, but there's something else there. Or maybe this has been kind of the death devil waiting in the wings this entire time, because maybe it can just resurrect itself over and over again. You know, I don't know. I don't know what it could possibly be, but it's letting you know that there is more to that than meets the eye. There's more behind the scenes than we could possibly realize with this, which leads into kind of like the second half of this chapter. So they're going after Asa as well, who is just trying to basically defend herself in this moment. It's not like she's fighting for any kind of righteous cause or that she, requested to be the spokesman of the Chainsaw Man Church or anything. And I like her idea. I like that it's her apartment, so she has ownership over it in some way, so she could turn the apartment itself into a weapon or the room into a weapon. I like that idea. Really cool. And then also that works even better with the way that she stopped, because she goes to touch the floor, right? Because she has to touch it in order to turn it into a weapon. And before her hand can even touch the ground, her entire arm just gets sliced off by Yoshida. Insane. Also totally reminded me of Aki for a moment. I was like, what the fuck? But then, yeah, obviously not. Insane. But I like that. I like, again, the efficiency of it. I don't want to see anything bad happen to Asa, of course. She is best girl of the series, but I really like the way that it was done. I like the build up, the tension, turning the room into the weapon. Oh shit. And then before she's even able to do it, loses an arm. Really, really cool, creative way to do it and to kind of counteract her ability. And to see Yoshida actually not just sending people out to do shit, but also being there on the front lines, basically taking down who is probably the biggest threat other than, famine or wherever the Death Devil is. So I don't know. Good moment. And they also kind of coincide that with what is happening. So we finally get to see Denji, who's just kind of like, let's go home now. I love how he's just kind of casual about it. Let's just go home, Then as they start to try to take Barum away, who's the only guy that's left from all of these hybrids, he starts singing Kumbaya, Kumbaya, my lord. Which is a religious sort of spiritual song, I do believe, or that's how I've always heard it. It's a church thing, which makes sense for Chainsaw Man Church. Also makes sense that they have been talking about God. They have been referencing God. They've been speaking about God recently. Something that's never really come up in the series before, but he specifically has mentioned God and that they're doing this for God. And so what is their God ultimately? Is it Chainsaw Man? Is it death? What could it possibly be? And with him kind of going into this chant as the sun is setting, is he kind of invoking something? Is he kind of talking about, is he trying to bring his God forth? Actually, what was this whole massacre even for, right? This whole massacre was for their God, or this attempted massacre that didn't happen because public safety intervened. So even though they weren't able to perform this ritual or sacrifice or whatever it was for their God, they still attempted to. Right? So they still did what they were supposed to be doing. So is he kind of calling forth his God in order to kind of, free them or grace them with his presence or to attack their attackers? Are we potentially getting a summoning of some sort of massively powerful devil? And could this finally be the reveal of death? I don't know, but that would be interesting. And I think it would also work very well because they've basically been apprehended. The entire church was taken down, all the massacre was stopped, all these hybrids are, taken aback, taken into custody. So they've basically been defeated. So what better moment for their God to rise, or for the devil that's behind everything, the fake Chainsaw Man? I don't know what it's going to be. What better time for it to finally make its appearance than right now? And I think that would be but that's the thing. That would be the direction I would expect the story to go. But Chainsaw Man is a story that constantly flips the script and constantly pulls the rug out from under you and does the exact opposite of what you would expect. So maybe that's not going to happen. I don't know. Also, there is still no mention of Rezi whatsoever. They are totally keeping her on the back burner, waiting for the right moment. Just nothing. No mention. We've seen all these hybrids come back, mentioning all the hybrids. No, nothing. Just zero mention of Rezi, which only means to me that, they're savoring that, and they know. Fujimoto knows. That's what we want to see, right? We want to see our bomber girl back. He knows. That's why he hasn't brought her back yet. So, yeah, I mean, if you ask me my opinion, I think that, this is kind of perhaps a summoning. The only thing that's really weird to me is that if it hasn't been the Justice Devil, what devil has it actually been? And does that coincide with this God concept that they've been talking about? I think that the storylines are beginning to converge. The upcoming apocalypse, death, fake Chainsaw Man, yada yada. All these things that seem so disjointed, and they still feel very disjointed to me. But I think that we're kind of shoveling it all together. Like we're getting to this reveal. There's going to be some kind of reveal soon that kind of ties all this shit in together. What it'll be, I don't know, but I think that this is like the moment. You know, Asa suffered a serious injury. You know, the church is taken down. Shit's going down. I think that we're getting to that point now. So you guys that have stuck with Chainsaw Man and stuck around to this moment, I think that we're really gonna like have a real good piece of the pie very, very soon, man. So everybody that dropped it will soon be regretting it, I'm sure. Or if not, whatever. We're still here, so who gives a fuck? Anyways, let me know what you thought of this chapter down below. This is 145. Let me know what you thought of chapter 145. Leave all your thoughts, theories, comments down below. Let me know what you think the Justice Devil actually is. If it's revealed that it hasn't been, let me know if you think the Kumbaya, you know, is meant to actually summon something, or if he's just like, yeah, whatever, you know. And, you know, this Asa Yoshida showdown. I mean, losing an arm sucks, but like, it's not going to end there. You know what I mean? So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Thanks for watching. As always, give this a thumbs up and a comment if you enjoyed the review. Also, if you want to stick around, subscribe to the channel. I review other manga, anime, movies. I'm doing like a month of horror right now because of October. I'm reviewing a bunch of horror movies. So if you're into that, I don't know, Chainsaw Man, chainsaws, gore, demons, horror. I don't know. It kind of fits. I don't know. Anyways, love you guys. Talk to you next time.